from. Craig started his 44-year KCK Archdiocesan career at Bishop Gage. In 2013, he was recognized as one of 11 inaugural teachers who came to Aquinas in 1988 and provided continuous dedication and faith-filled service for 25 years. Before retiring in 2020, Craig taught full-time English. He built an exceptional Saints boys and girls soccer program, 32 state championships, 2 national titles, 1 national runner-up, and 5 National Coach of the Year awards. Craig has 2 sons, Ryan from the class of 2007, and Eric, and grandson Walter, a Little Saints graduate. Craig Ewing.
Blake Mulvaney hired me in the spring of 1994 to teach biology and physical education. He wanted me to coach also, and I told him I'll coach whatever you want me to, and he looked at me and he said, I've got just the place for you. And that's how I ended up working with Craig all these years. Craig's personality is a dominant personality. His enthusiasm for everything is contagious, and he has tremendous instincts for people and for the game that he loves so much. I guess I would call Craig presumptuous. I remember looking at the very first schedule that he sent out, and it had state championship there at the last game, and I thought, oh my, that's something. Over the years, I've seen him park where he's not supposed to park. None of that seems to matter to him. He just goes forward with such confidence and such energy. And it's been a lot of fun over the years. I think then, when we really try to get to the end of someone's career and we think, how does one measure the years? How does one grade your impact? How do you assess your labors? Is it the relationship? Is it the accomplishments? Is it in the success of others? I think yes, but try this. It's the Frank Capra trick from It's a Wonderful Life. Imagine for just a moment what Aquinas would be like if Craig Ewing had never worked here. You see, Coach, you really did have a wonderful life. Congratulations, Coach, and thank you for everything over the years.
Craig, since my first year at BAH in 1981, I've been lucky enough to get to work with you and become friends. In my opinion, in the words of Fitzgerald, you are the most limited of all specialists, the well-rounded man. You've done so many things well. You work well with others, you never stop learning, you're a great communicator. But let me just focus on 3 aspects of your life. Number 1, for decades, your knowledge, passion to teach, and ability to connect with teenagers has inspired thousands of students, not just to learn, but to appreciate literature and give their best in your classes. Number 2, 40 years ago, soccer was a sport that kids in St. Louis played, but not in Kansas City. You built this sport and program from the ground up to be the most successful dynasty in Kansas sports history. But what and how you did this went way beyond soccer and inspired all of STA's coaches and coaches around the state in every sport to work harder than they knew they could and achieve more than they ever dreamed. Your tide raised all of our boats. Thirdly, and this one's personal, for years and years, you've become a great friend to so many here at Aquinas. You may come to school on a Monday morning fun, all the way to going out after a Friday night game fun. You supported all things Aquinas, with positive reinforcement when deserved and honest criticism when that was needed. When I decided to come to Aquinas, I told myself I wasn't coming without you, and you know that. And I'm glad I retired before you because I wouldn't have wanted to teach without you. Craig, congratulations on a career and a life that has impacted so many.
Coach Ewing, congratulations on your retirement. Where to begin? I don't know how to possibly address your incredible career in 90 seconds, but I think I can safely say that there will never be another powerhouse Thomas dynasty that lives up to the St. Thomas Aquinas soccer program under Coach Ewing. He accomplished something that simply will never be matched. Playing for Coach Ewing was one of the most formative experiences, certainly of my time in high school, and I think growing up in general. And my most enduring memories aren't necessarily of winning, although we did win quite a lot. But the things that have really stuck with me almost 20 years later are Coach Ewing's commitment to creating an atmosphere where winning and success aren't the end-all, be-all. They were a byproduct of being part of a team where everyone was rowing in the same direction. Coach Ewing spent so much time leading us through team-building exercises and focusing on goal setting and creating opportunities for us to talk openly as a team about issues we were having and what we wanted to achieve together and what it meant to us. And that was such a valuable lesson in understanding what a successful organization looks like and what it means to be a leader and how to motivate people and communicate effectively, and how valuable it is to surround yourself with people who are working hard toward the same goal. So it wasn't just about winning soccer games, it really felt like preparation for the rest of my life. And that came straight from Coach Ewing because that was the kind of program he wanted to run.
Craig Ewing, it's Nick DiCarlo, the legend, class of 1995. I first of all want to congratulate you on your retirement. You have given so much of yourself to this school for so long, and it's so nice to see you being recognized for it. From being an extremely highly regarded educator, starting, developing, and maintaining not one, but two of the most decorated high school soccer programs in the country, both the boys and the girls, contributing as an announcer every weekend at football and basketball games, to just being an overall tremendous steward for St. Thomas Aquinas, helping make it what it is today. You've done just about everything, and you've done it all with class and a contagious enthusiasm. So on behalf of the entire St. Thomas Aquinas community, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. My message to you today would not be complete without touching on the amazing ways in which you impacted not only my life and love for the game of soccer, but so many others. You have set the tone for the excellence that the soccer program has achieved, accepting nothing less than the best from your players, both on and off the field. In 1994, myself and the rest of the returning players entered the season having just come off of a 20-1 record and second consecutive state championship. We had just graduated 8 of our 11 starters. Everyone in town expected us to take a step back, and I would be lying if I said some of us players weren't expecting that as well. Coach Ewing comes up with a theme for every season. Our theme that year was we don't rebuild, we reload. He showed us that he believed in us, and that was all we needed. We proceeded to go 21-0, win the school's 3rd straight boys soccer championship, and finished the season ranked as the #1 boys high school soccer team in the country. I had a lot of personal success that year as well, and so much of that success can also be attributed to your belief in me, Coach. You gave me the confidence I needed to succeed, just as you have with so many other students and soccer players, both in the classroom and on the pitch. St. Thomas Aquinas has been so lucky to have you for the past 30 plus years, Coach. Enjoy your retirement and know that we love you and appreciate all you've done.
You know, it's not often you get the opportunity to work with someone who recognizes one of the best that's ever done what he's done. And, you know, to me, that's the key. Ewing might be the best high school soccer coach ever. And I think everybody, yeah, we can do that. Well, he was 5 national coach of the year, 32 state championships, and that's not to say he didn't have his detractors. Like the cicadas, about every 17 years, they marshal up the resources coming after him. But that's a whole lot, there's a lot of stories about that. Craig knows what that is. But, you know, I always used to tell people that when Blue Valley Schools put in their turf fields, they didn't have to put soccer lines down on theirs. They were just football fields. They painted them. I had to put soccer lines on our turf field. There wasn't any question soccer was seen. I remember when Sarah and I would take a rally around back in the day before he came, and we were strong, and he's being Randy being Randy. He says, "Well, where does the soccer team practice?" I said, "Right here." And he goes, right here? I said, yeah, he's got 30 plus state titles. You only had 8 by my count. The soccer team's going to practice right here with Davis. So I think it's, so everybody talks about what he did at soccer and how he worked out. But Craig is a great teacher. And you have to be a great teacher to be a great coach, but he's a great English teacher. And I think that's the thing that always has stuck with me over time. And all of that is a given. And Elizabeth, we graduated here from 2003 and went out, and she's got a degree in journalism, she's got a degree in English, she's got about 8 of them. Degrees in her MBA. And I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, she said to me, the best writing teacher I ever had is Craig. And that's all I need to know about Craig as a teacher. And the other thing I personally know is that you may or may not know that Craig's boys live next door to me, Eric and Ryan. And so we had the opportunity to chat here and there, Craig be over there. But I do need to tell the story because Ryan's right here, and he's still over the story. But one day during senior mass, my wife's at the sink cleaning up dishes or doing something like that, and it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. And she looks out the back window, and here comes Ryan and about 3 of his buddies through my backyard. And Ryan was smart enough to park the car, not in the cul-de-sac, and parked it up the street, but he forgot, and he went right down the back. Right down through my backyard over to his house. And I thought, well, how are you going to handle this? So I told Craig, I said, well, Ryan, this is the senior mass, and I want to ask him to see him. How was senior mass? Because he was walking right through my backyard. Remember that day, And I got a lot more stories, but we're just really, that's one of my favorites. So, like I say, you don't get an opportunity to work with legends very often. Craig, you're a legend. Thank you for all you've done to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Okay, wow, thank you. I remember my first girls soccer poster in the early 90s. It was immediately confiscated by Sister Kathleen as inappropriate. And probably rightly so. It was a beach scene, and some of the girls maybe were not dressed as they should have been. But she had some of the greatest traits as you would see in a nun. And conservation was one of the most important ones. So she wouldn't just throw the posters away, because, that'd be wasting paper. So instead she cut them up into little pieces, and they became notes. And so every teacher at school got to see a piece of that poster every day. And I do remember the theme of the poster, which is kind of appropriate, I thought, although it wasn't really appropriate for that season. I think we won a couple of games. But the theme of the poster was, "The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades." And I think that was a pretty good signal of what was going to become of this school and what was going to become of all the programs that this school has created. And I was just lucky enough that I got to come over here at the beginning. I've always been proud to work with everybody here. It's always been a blessing for me to be at this school. And I always will be proud to be a Saint. Thank you guys very much.